What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Oh Lord, if my head is chopped off, I'm sorry. And make sure you hit it twice so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. Y'all know I'm always on the run. You would think I'm a fugitive. Jesus. But you know, everybody throwing their videos up and everything coming out. So child, I said I might as well come on over here to this corner and throw out mine, okay? Go ahead and get your water, get your wine, your jaw, and your shortcomings. And your shortcomings. And bring them on over here into this tree house, you know. If you go over to the warrior community, we have now a monthly doubt fire, and the first one is coming up soon. So I'm gonna need for y'all to go to the website and everything down below, so that way you can get the details about all of that, etc., etc. And shouts out to everybody that has been stopping by my black owned businesses down below, shopping. I appreciate the love. I appreciate just the fact of, from what I understand, you know, just rave reviews. The whole entire holiday season, like, y'all have really showed out. And y'all really have showed me that y'all minds are just, like, right on point with everything that I've envisioned. And, you know, has come, you know, has developed into a reality. So, whew, let me tell y'all something. We gonna take a sip. We gonna take a sip to reality. We're going to take a sip to individuality, originality, and being a prime example. A prime example of minding your business, all right? Paying attention to your garden, your grass, your front door, your back door. I still got to do one about the window. And look, let me tell you something. But just cheers to the fact that we mind our business. This is why curbs were invented, to keep us out the streets. There's so much going on down there these days. It's like The Walking Dead, boy, but just with live people. You know, it's terrible and you know it's sad. And time has really shown itself when we out here fist fighting and slap boxing for the darkest times. I don't get it. I don't know why we decide to play tennis match doubles when it comes to who can get the most time doing the most darkest things to the most, you know, to the brightest people. Like, do you not think the day is going to come where everybody has that moment, their name is called in the waiting room, and they got to go down that corridor with the nurse of mercy, and then you got to pick, or better yet, you ain't got to pick what room. They going to tell you what room you going to sit in. And just like when you serve tables, you wait tables, you know, you got gas pumps, all this type thing. They already know what you going to be assigned to. The angels already know what you are going to be assigned to. It's just a matter of the person giving the verdict coming into the room and reading off your charges. Come on, somebody. So we need to talk about this, okay? And I say this with all the utmost respect, because as y'all know, over here in the treehouse, we are all about getting your power back. We all about standing up for yourself, advocating for yourself. Trust me, I know. It's nothing worse than a tight-mouthed heifer who's upset because lack of thereof and lackluster genetics and DNA and talent and personality. You can't help none of that. That's not even your problem. That's not even your problem. But let me tell you, I don't care if it's, you know, David and Goliath, Cain and Abel. You can put them all together and y'all got a whole WrestleMania going on. We need to talk about being a prime example. Now, like I said, I'm not really a person, you know, it's just so interesting It's just so interesting, because when you don't entertain the gossip, it's kind of just like, as soon as you hear it, it's kind of just like, got your ear to the streets, but I'm still on the curb. Damn right, I'm gonna mind my damn business. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna sip whatever it is that I want to sip on, and I know that at least the curb is gonna give me a head start notice of knowing I need to get the hell on. And a lot of people right now, and a lot of situations being told in the media right now about all this stuff between bloggers and musicians. I don't care to mention names because that's not my point of my video. That is not the point of my content. My point of my content is to make sure, with wisdom and at least with someone having some maturity on them and growth, you don't make fucked up decisions out here where you out here playing bingo with your life. You are playing bingo with your life. Fuck cards. That's too easy. I don't get it. I don't get it. But this is what we gonna get with, is the fact that we need to understand being a prime example. Because understand, prime examples are always going to be the ones that are most highlighted. Then they're secondary. Alright? When you learn how to heal healthy like, is healthily a word? I think it is. I saw it one time. But needless to say, when you heal the right way, things just, life just seems different for you. You know, you see the difference between fear of man and, you know, having a spiritual foundation, or fear of God, some may say, to how you live. Now, we all can go and do what we want to do, and then we all can go and do things that we know damn well we ain't got no business doing. But which one is going to be highlighted? Which one is the hero of making sure everything across the board is understood? We need to talk about those people. I don't care about role models. I did a video on that. Idolize versus being mindful. All this stuff that we hear and we got going on, let me tell you something. We're mindful of the plaintiff. We're mindful of the victim, because everything that the victim has taken on and is willing to divulge out can be a lot, depending on how far we think people go underneath. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I could never think they will go that far. Newsflash. But at the end of the day, what are you going to highlight once you get the truth all out there? We need to talk about that. So, number one, first thing is first, like I said, we like home improvement. We are peeping over the fence. Now I know I did a double load on, I think it was Tuesday. My apologies about that. We already have the other video up. But everything happens for a reason. And it's not by accident now that I deleted the first video. I see now it was on purpose. First thing is first, again, we are peeping over the fence of all this BS. We mind our business. We taking care of what we have. Because though we got a bunch of flowers, they got one rose over there and they fighting over it. One dark time, one moment, gotta get it, can't let it go. One moment, one flower. You have a whole backyard full of them. Okay? We need to talk about a prime example. First thing is first, appearance ain't shit. Truth is. And when the truth come to light, can't nobody run for shade. There's a fine line between blogging and bullying. There's a fine line between being confident and conceited. There's a fine line between getting your point across and someone feeling like you're being abrasive. Everybody has their own way of looking at things, but at the end of it all, which one is going to be highlighted? No one's fighting for the light. Everybody fighting for crazy things that, if you were to go down that corridor of eternal life, would you take it with you? Would you wish that it didn't count? That's all I'm saying. I don't know how deep y'all are into like world religions and anthropology and you know, and mythology and all that type stuff, but I'm telling you what I've experienced spiritually. Like, go going downward, going to hell is like a 3-step process, right? So you got to decide and make a choice, and then once you make the choice, then you got the kickback, and then the kickback ultimately affects where you go there after you're done here. So just like you got to check in and wait, and then the doctor comes in, okay, well, you got to think about the deed, have it in you to do it, then you got to consider and execute, and then you got your consequences. Don't play with me. Let's be an example. Not all bad people are on the outside. You know, there's still some good people out here. So who gets praised the most? Think about it. Number 2, other people's opinion don't matter to how God sees you. So where someone else is damn near fighting for damn near civil rights in their head, they're fighting, boy, they fight for egotistical rights like this, like rights to vote. But yet, what are you trying to be a prime example of? The idea I'm putting out here to you is that as much as we love watching these type of things coming to fruition and think they're good tea, believe it, they are. They're good tea if you're, you know, you're a person that's still in your lane, but you acknowledge that there's a peripheral. You know, not everybody's in the lane of wanting to mix up their actual real life stories and their wisdom that they learned along the way and put in the effort to actually make original content. Everybody's doing the same thing. So understand, my mean ass mom used to say one thing, and I damn sure know for sure, one makes it bad for everybody. That's all it takes. Hold on, y'all, because these folks, I like, I should just let it ding because now I'm off track. Anyhow, no, hell no, they didn't open building. I know where I'm at. So here it is. We out here damn near having WrestleMania over things that are so molecule, so microscopic to us. They're not gonna mean much. So it's just like fighting over the darkest times versus you being able to acknowledge the light and see what's going on. I mean, we gotta balance this thing out here. Is it okay for you to speak your mind? Yes. Is it wrong for you to bully somebody? Yes. Like, everybody is their own person. So even though they may feel like, ha 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 ha, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that to get my point across, what are you being a prime example out of though? I'm gonna need for people to think about that. You know, if God already loves you, why are you fighting for somebody else's opinion? You fear man or you fear God? I don't know about anybody else, but if I was to be walking down our corridor, I want the nurse of mercy to tell me all the good things I've done, even the good things I didn't even know I did. It was just in my nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot underestimate boundaries because everybody has them. Again, Toshka gonna be a good old example of boundaries. Now, I say I won't kind of sit here and say her name, but it is what it is. There's a bunch of them in there, but if you were to really put this shit out there on one of them etch-a-sketch boards, them boards that let you see what's going on, she at top of the damn list. This is why it's not so, it's okay to not be quick to jump on everybody's gravy train, because sometimes that ain't gravy that you riding with. Okay, gravy don't smell like that. And then here you are having to get up after they done pulled you down and darken your knees, and you got to dust all that shit off. You better think about it this 2022. You better think about it. What's number 3? Thought my baby was outside. Don't think just because you can't physically see blessings obedience shouldn't be displayed. Absolutely. And that's like part of my golden rule. Not only do I want to be treated how I want to be treated, but how my life is going to go and flow is as long as long as I do exactly that. Always practice obedience, always respect other people's boundaries, then there's going to be a floodgate open where I'm going to be able to continue my float. There's going to be no ripple in my tides. There's going to be none of that. And so when we understand that we choose to be an example for the good or for the bad, all of that has a ripple effect to what you're going to receive down the line. I'm trying to tell you something. Karma is disrespectful. As a matter of fact, karma is sitting at the damn receptionist desk when you come in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Child, I gotta go because you hear my phone ringing. You hear my phone ringing. So let me go ahead and go. But I just wanted to stop through and let y'all know that little bit. We really, I feel like honestly it's kind of too late for us to feel like we should consider other people, because if that was the case, we would have been done that from the jump. It wouldn't be such a thing now where everybody is butt hurt when their feelings are last to be considered. It just makes me even more grateful for the fact of y'all been riding with me from the beginning of time. And even when I may have a video or two where my energy is off, y'all never decided to go and do something, intentionally. Or decide to say, well, I'm going to go over here because somebody else is doing it. First of all, you already know I don't care. Second of all, as much as I sit here and think about how people, get their ads and stuff, but then I haul off and I look at either their views or I just look at their overall count, then I'm gonna have this face like, like, come on, like, if you're gonna cheat the system, at least get your money's worth. But if you not, stay classy and stay walking with your elegance like you do. Alright, can't nobody do no swag like you, so you might as well. Alright, let them know this year you ain't gonna piss on my back and tell me it's raining. Hell to the no. So yeah, just stay in your lane. Things like this that happen, it's and I don't like to say it like this, but let me say it like this. It's when you have, like, say for instance, you minding your business, your grass, your garden, your front door, your back door, your window, and just say for instance it's just you by yourself, but your neighbors are always hollering and going back and forth as such. Aren't you going to appreciate that peace way more? Because you don't have to deal with that. Be the prime example of what a lot of people try too hard and reach too far in life to achieve. It's just that simple. Do the opposite. But when we do so much and then we lose focus as to why it is we decide to pave the way, or whatever it is we decide to leave as legacy, don't be upset about the outcome. You reap what you sow. So be careful of what you want to be an example out of. Alright? Now, I ain't got time to be gossiping about people who gossip, who don't have no time for nothing. I gotta go. I got things to do. It's about the snow and stuff. So I need to make sure I'm good to go. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like I told God this morning, I'm going to tell y'all, I so appreciate y'all riding with me and just appreciate my wisdom, okay? They come from a place of learning lessons and not holding my hurt as grudges, okay? So it is all in due time. But when you realize time and season don't got nothing on what God already has planned out for you, you don't have no need to be jealous, and you damn sure ain't got no need to be pushing somebody off stage to get the spotlight. Everybody got their own light and everybody got their own shade that goes with it. So Be on your toes. Let this help you be on your spiritual toes, your mental toes, to make sure that you keep in mind and in line and check and all that in your lane. Your attitude says a lot about your altitude. Now I need to get up on out of here. Holla at y'all later. Bye.